எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். என் பேர் தக்ஷணாமூர்த்தி, டெபுட்டி ஜெனரல் மேனேஜர் ஷரான் பிளைலேருந்து. இன்றைக்கி ஐஎம் ஸ்ட்ராங்கஸ்ட் அவார்ட்ஸ் 6th எடிஷன் 6வது எடிஷன் ரொம்பவே சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல்லாக நடந்து முடிஞ்சது. தேங்க்ஸ் டு த ஆல்மைட்டி, ஆனவனுக்கு நன்றி சொல்லணும், நல்லபடியாக நடந்து முடிஞ்சது. ஐஎம் ஸ்ட்ராங்கஸ்ட் அவார்ட்ஸ் இனிஷியேட்டிவ் பார்த்திங்கன்னா இது எங்களோட சிஎஸ்ஆர் இனிஷியேட்டிவ். 6 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணோம். 2019 ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணோம். எவ்ரி இயர் ஒரு தீம் இருக்கும். இட் இஸ் லைக் நாங்கள் எப்படின்னா பீப்புள் ஹூ செல்ஃப்லெஸ்லி ஒர்க் ஃபார் த சொசைட்டி அண்ட் நேஷன்னு சொல்லுவோம். அது தன்னலமற்று அவங்க வந்து சொசைட்டிக்காகவோ நாட்டுக்காகவோ அர்ப்பணிச்சதுன்னு சொல்கிறத விட அவங்க வந்து அவங்களோட சர்வீஸ் கொடுக்கறது. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரியான பீப்புளை நாங்கள் செலக்ட் பண்ணி ஃபெலிசிட்டேட் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கோம். 2019 பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா 2019 பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வீல் சேர் பாஸ்கெட் பால் பிளேயர் அவங்கள ஃபெலிசிட்டேட் பண்ணியிருந்தோம். அண்ட் இன்னொருத்தவங்க வந்து சைல்டு பார்லிமெண்ட் அப்படின்னு நடத்துகிறாங்க, அவங்கள ஃபெலிசிட்டேட் பண்ணியிருந்தோம். ஸோ இயர் ஆன் இயர் ஒரு தீமாக மாறிட்டே இருந்தது. லாஸ்ட் இயர் பார்த்திங்கன்னா ரொம்ப ஸ்பெஷலாக இருந்தது. ஒலிம்பிக் மெடல் வின்னர்ஸ் தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருந்து 4 பேர் ஃபெலிசிட்டேட் பண்ணியிருந்தோம். இந்த வருஷம் இன்னமும் ரொம்ப ஸ்பெஷல். இந்த வருஷம் எதுக்காக ஸ்பெஷல்னு பார்த்திங்கன்னா ரீசெண்டாக நடந்து முடிஞ்ச ஆப்ரேஷன் சிந்தூர். ஸோ அதை சம்மந்தப்பட்டு ஷாரன் பிளை ஒரு பிராண்டாக வந்து என்ன பண்ண முடியும், கிவிங் இன் ரிட்டர்ன்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஸோ அதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு யோசிச்சுட்டு இருக்கும்போது தான் ஆர்மி அந்த தீம் வந்தது எங்களுக்கு. ஸோ ஆர்மின்னு யோசிக்கும்போது ஆப்ரேஷன் சிந்தூரில் யார் ரொம்ப அதிகமான ஆர்மினா இது ரொம்ப ஒரு கடல் மாதிரி, எல்லாரையுமே ஃபெலிசிட்டேட் பண்ண முடியாது. எதுக்காக இவங்கள பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லின்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா இவங்க எல்லாருமே வந்து ரிட்டையர்ட் லெஃப்டினன்ட் ஜென்ரல்ஸ் அண்ட் மேஜர் ஜென்ரல்ஸ். அதாவது ஃப்ரண்ட் எண்டில் ஆர்மியில் இருந்து நம்ம நாட்டை காத்தவங்க ரிட்டையர் ஆனதுக்கப்புறமும் வந்து அவங்களோட வாய்ஸஸ் மூலிமா, அதாவது அனலிஸ்ட்டாக இருந்து அவங்க கமெண்டேட்டர்ஸாக இருந்து டிஃபென்ஸ்க்கு நிறைய அவங்களோட இன்சைட்ஸ் கொடுத்துட்ருக்காங்க. ஸோ அவங்களோட எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸை வச்சு என்ன பண்ணலாம், எப்படி பண்ணலான்ற எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸை வச்சு கொடுத்துட்ருக்காங்க. ஸோ அந்த வகையில் நாங்கள் இவங்க 4 பேரையும் செலக்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். இந்த வருஷம் பார்த்திங்கன்னா லெஃப்டினன்ட் ஜெனரல் எஸ் ஹரிமோகன் ஐயர், லெஃப்டினன்ட் ஜெனரல் துஷ்யந்த் சிங், லெஃப்டினன்ட் ஜெனரல் பிஆர் சங்கர் அண்ட் மேஜர் ஜெனரல் ராஜீவ் நாராயணன். ஸோ இவங்க 4 பேரையும் இந்த வருஷம் ஃபெலிசிட்டேட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். அண்ட் ரொம்ப நல்லபடியாக நடந்தது. அண்ட் இந்த எங்களோட முன்னெடுப்பு ஐஎம் ஸ்ட்ராங்கஸ்ட் அவார்ட்ஸ், இந்த முன்னெடுப்பு வருஷம் தொடரும். இன்னும் நிறைய பேரை நாங்கள் ஃபெலிசிட்டேட் பண்ணணும். அதுக்கு உங்களோட ஆதரவு தேவை, கடவுளோட ஆதரவு தேவை. நன்றி.
I think I will start by myself, if I may. Yes. It was very inspiring to hear all the 4 of you speak today. As a common man, a common woman, all the knowledge that we probably have is from the movies or from the news channel. Okay? But I would like to know, being there in person, living a day-to-day life, what is your biggest motivation that keeps you running through the day? Like, sir, you also mentioned from the age of 3, you always wanted to be in this field, and if you take another birth, it's going to be in the same profession. So I'd like to hear from each of you that what is your biggest motivation?
Biggest motivation is the love for the motherland.
Love for Mother India itself. Yes, sir.
When I finished school, one didn't know what to do, right? So I filled 3 forms, one for IIT Madras, other was for Navy, Marine Engineering, and third was for NDA. Got through NDA, and then I never looked back. And the thing which motivated me was someone who told me, he says, when you go to NDA, you go in as a boy and come out as a man. And when you finish that off, you come out actually much later, you realize that you come out as a soldier. And a soldier has only one ambition, to defend his country. And that's the end of the story. And never look back on anything. So that's how one thinks of. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, as far as I am concerned, there was an incident when I was very young in Pune. I used to study in a school there, Kendriya Vidyalaya. My father was in the Air Force, and it was the year of 1971, and there was an air raid which took place over the airfield. You know, like we destroyed their Noor Khan air base. Similar thing they had tried it at Pune, and we were all told to dig a trench and run for the trench whenever this kind of a siren or a blackout warning was given. So this happened for good over 10, 12 days, and every day there would be something or the other happening. So that was the time when I decided, look, I'm going to become a pilot. And so therefore, moment I finished my 12th class, I gave the 11th, sorry. In those days, there was no 12th. So I gave the exam for NDA, I got selected, and they rejected me for eyesight. Till then, I didn't know that I had a power in my eyes. So I chose the next best profession, which is the army. I said, okay, if I can't join the Air Force, I will join the army. And since then, I have never looked back. Was in a school, military school kind of environment. So throughout, from my 8th class, I have been into this environment of military and essentially initially Air Force, but thereafter I think I have become more and more an army man than an Air Force man. Not to say that the Air Force is not good. One motivation which has always been there is that when because I've been an infantryman, you know, 1-to-1, very close to each other. When I have faced the enemy, I consider him as an object and not as a human being. In the interest of the nation, I must neutralize him. Otherwise, if I don't do it, he will do it to me. So that has been my motivation throughout my life. It is the motherland which I have to serve. And at that point in time, the fear goes out of your mind because you have no other option. Either you will be killed or you kill the other guy. My motivation has been kill the enemy and not get killed by the enemy. Thank you.
I was trying to narrate an incident to my niece just now. She's here. Yeah. So I was asked, how did you join the army? This question was asked in the morning. You know, when I was in school, after doing my class 10, our principal in our school started an experiment. You know, every class has sections, A, B, C, D, like that. So this principal of ours wanted to send a big chunk of us to IIT. So 35 of us were taken together from the various sections, and we were put in what was called an empowered section and given all the facilities, aiming as all of us will go to IIT those days. Plus there were 9 of us who were bio students, so they were supposed to join AIMS. 27 of us joined the army, 2 joined the Air Force, and 7 of us are doctors.
Wow.
Out of us, 2 of us retired as lieutenant generals, 2 became brigadiers, and almost 12 of us retired as colonels, having commanded their regiments. So we are very proud for our legacy. And I said, when my journey began, it began way north in the town of Dehradun, where the IMA was there for us to see. It was a motivation for us that one day, one of us will be, standing in that parade, passing out and joining the forces. And I have no regret having made that choice way back in 1980. And the pressure of appearing in various exams. I also, like General Shankar, appeared in all competitive exams. I found myself more pressured clearing the NDA exam than appearing for the JEE a couple of months later. Thank you.
So we have a question on behalf of Sharon Ply. This is, anyone can answer, or if all of you can, that will be great. Sir, how is it that we can contribute better, we can collaborate better what initiatives can we do as common man and woman to just help our nation's name taking to greater heights, or serving or helping you in any manner possible?
All I can say is we are all cogs in the big machine, which is Bharat Mata. You recognized us, recognize the soldier, he'll be happy. It motivates him better. And you're doing a wonderful job as far as environment is concerned. You reach Japan, reach Europe, sky's the limit.
Thank you
That's
so
how
much,
you
sir.
can contribute. So each is a cog in this whole machine called Bharat Varsh, and each has its task. You do the best you can in your task, the machine stays solid. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. And like it was said, we will make.
We contribute to an organization like the army, but that's also important. I'll talk of that. So I think all of us, like I said earlier, need to do our job better and towards, whatever we can do for the nation. If we can do that, all of us, this nation will grow. There's nothing to stop us. Like I said, I'm completely clear in my mind that no power on earth can stop India, because India's time has come. The next 30 years are very, I wouldn't say clear, but a very clean path ahead. All these minor things will come, it will happen. But what can you do for the armed forces or anyone? That's a question which many people have asked me. So I have not had the chance of joining the army, navy or air force, and what can I do? All you can do is any army guy or a chap in uniform is in trouble, help him out. Ask him if you can help him. And most importantly, take care of him after he retires. During the service, all of us get what we want to do. It's not for us. All four of us are well off, okay? So we don't need help. But our men who go back home, who given their best years of their life, after that they have no prospects to do what they have to, to get on with life, who have commitments towards their parents, their children, who have health problems. You need to help them. If there's someone around you, help. If you're part of an organization which wants to do philanthropy, try and help them. And, that's the way you can contribute, because if you can make that man strong, who's given his yesterday for your tomorrow, you've done hell of a lot. It's repayment to that man who sacrificed everything. That's important. I would wish all of you take this sentiment along with you. Thank you.
Absolutely, sir, and very rightly said so. We also believe in our ethos that we need to be good humans, good corporate citizens first, and other things will just follow. We will definitely take this point, and as Sharon Plight team, we will be contributing. We can maybe even sit and brainstorm on channels how we identify such individuals and help them, and definitely proceed on this further. Thank you so much for bringing the insight.
Yeah, as far as I am concerned, I think both my colleagues have expressed what we desire. I would just like to add a small little anecdote to make this particular gathering a little more fun-filled. So when he was talking about the men, see the men on every side, whether it is the enemy or us, they are the ones who are looking for leadership. And there was one Jawan whom I met during UN mission, and he told me, "Sab, आपके जैसे leader हमें दे दो, हम किसी भी army को हरा देंगे." Now that kind of a spirit is what is needed for the corporate citizens or citizens who are there. I think just honor us, honor our Jawans. They are really, they retire very early, unlike the police and the civil people. They retire at 35, 40, 41. They still have a long life ahead of them. They need some jobs. They need some kind of an assistance. The pensions are not very good, not very high. Of course, now they have been increased considerably, but still they need, I think, considerable help. So that is something which I suppose you can do. And the second thing which as a Sharon Ply, if you want to do, spread the awareness of national security. I think in whichever way you are, just tell everyone that each one of you is part of the national security calculus of India today, whether you are in the economic field, whether you are in the diplomatic field, whether you are in business. Unless you thrive, nation cannot thrive. And unless nation cannot thrive, we cannot get the requisite funds to make our armed forces strong enough to beat the best in the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Well, my three colleagues have already given out most of the things that I could have put out. But two things stand out for me. Respect the flag. And that is something which should come from within your heart. Irrespective of whichever caste, clan, political connections you have. When it comes to the flag, please respect us. And the Indian Army is one of the most and possibly the only apolitical army which is there in the world. So every man that is there in the Indian Army is fighting for the flag. And that is what General Narayanan meant when he said Naam, Namak aur Nishan. For us it is irrespective, whoever is leading the country, we do our job in the same manner. And the second thing which I would like to say, and this is applicable for not only Sharon Ply, it is applicable for the entire corporate world. We have embarked on a new mission, which you must have all heard, the Agniveers. Very soon, the first batch of Agniveers are going to be coming back into the system. It is something which I hope the corporate world catches on. The kind of people you're going to get as workforce in your organizations are going to be disciplined. They will be people who will be doing everything for you. My request to the corporate world is, Sharon Ply and the corporate world, please adopt Agniveers who are coming out of the system. Because it's a very, very, very good method to have disciplined workforce in our industry. And it is going to make our industry grow multifolds. And what General Shankar was trying to bring out, it will thereafter give the kind of catalyst which can never stop the nation of India to grow and reach where the Prime Minister aspires us to be, Viksit Bharat by 2047. So please take this opportunity, take hold of these Agniveers who are coming out. They will come out from Army, Navy, Air Force. And they are disciplined soldiers, exceptionally, and I've seen them. I just retired last year. I've seen 2 batches of Agniveers which are got inducted. A fantastic set of soldiers and extremely well qualified people. So they will create revolution as far as workforce in the corporate world is concerned. So please adopt them and take them forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I request.
Just
That's
one
a very
thing.
good suggestion, what General Hari Mohan has given. So we are aware about the Agniveer scheme and we know the pros and cons, but honestly we are not that exposed and we don't know how to approach them. Yeah. So if you people can guide us, that will be a big help, and definitely we can absorb quite a number of them. And not only that, and the other thing what was suggested, that the Jawans we can take care. In fact, when I met Lieutenant General Ravi Shankar, I had asked him the same thing, like, can we do something for them? Now, our problem is we are not directly involved, or we don't know where to approach. There's no system like that. So suppose if you can guide us. Yeah, we'll do that. Yes,
We'll
please.
do that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
The corporate world, I am not just addressing Sharon Ply, sir. I am addressing the corporate world. But 27 will be the time when the first set of Agniveers, I don't know how many, because we are still working on a parameter. It may be how many are getting retained in the forces, how many are going to be released to the system. Some are going to go into various other security organizations like this police, the CRPF, the CISF, etc. So how many of them subsequently are available are questions which I can't give you an answer to. But in a large factory, be prepared to get a very, very large set of motivated, well-disciplined soldiers in the system. And I'm sure when we reach there, the government will put out the methods in which you can, take them in. Otherwise, like General Shankar said, we are all here, and we'll connect you with the method to recruit these people.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'll just like to add what the corporate world at large can do. I'll give out my school's philosophy that was ingrained in us. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till the good becomes better and the better becomes best. Follow it. Sky's the limit. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Mr. Vishnu Kemani ji, Sharon Ply, ladies and gentlemen, all of you who are here and the distinguished audience here, at the outset, a very good morning to you. And on behalf of myself and my wife, we thank you for this honor, for having called us, along with my compatriots, for this ceremony. At the outset, thanks a lot. I must tell you something, like what General Dushyant said. We in the armed forces are normally used to being honored at various points of time in life. Like all of us have walked up to the President of India to be honored once, twice, thrice, right? And many things. But what I must tell you today, what I want to tell you today is, I'm very honored that someone from the public has chosen to honor us, and this is the first for us. We're not used to it. And to that extent, I think Vishnu Kemani ji, full marks to Sharon Ply and your entire team and your organization for having done this. I'd like all of you to join me in at least a small round of applause for this. The second point which I want to make is, which puts this effort in perspective. I am a resident of Tamil Nadu. I was born and brought up here. I left Tamil Nadu, just after I finished school. This was in the year of the Lord 1973. And I returned back in 2016 when I retired and hung up my boots. And I've been here now, now another 9 years, 10th year I'm entering. No one from Tamil Nadu called me to honor me. And this is something which is very good, which is happening. I do hope more organizations, more people from public recognize, right? It's only when you give this recognition, do others know there are a lot of people from Tamil Nadu who have done a lot for the nation. Unfortunately, this is a state where that kind of recognition is not given. For whatever reason, we must speak the truth and accept the problem which we have here. So I just thought I'll put that in perspective. The second thing is, I'm impressed by this thing called I am strongest. And this I am strongest, you can translate it to India. And this is a symbol of changing India. This very building, I remember when I was in school, was a hotel called Maris, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah? So, whatever. Yeah. And slowly this is transformed. In between it closed also. And then got revived and all that. A lot of transformation is taking place. The fact that all of us are in a place like this itself, say 30, 40 years back, was not conceivable. We wouldn't have entered this place also. We couldn't have entered this place. Most of us couldn't have afforded it. Right? And why am I telling you all this? Because this is the change India is going through. And this is the change all of you have to take forward as we grow as a nation. And we have to have a belief that what we do is better than the most. It's a matter of pride when I heard that, look, Sharon Ply has made its mark in Japan. it should make its mark in China next. That's when, you know that you are there. When the Chinese come and ask for plywood from Century Ply or Sharon Ply, you made your mark. So that's the thing ahead. Let me also tell you, the first time when Mr. Dakshinamurthy came and asked me, sir, we want to honor someone who's been associated with BrahMos and all that. I said, look, BrahMos is one part of the story, but there are many people who have done more. And all three veterans who are in front of me have done hell of a lot. It's not only in this, Operation Sindoor. And the gesture to get all of us is very important because we represent that era where I think, I must tell you all this, we built a platform for what has happened in Operation Sindoor. Right? And I personally have been associated with the development and induction of BrahMos. Just to put it in perspective, I must tell you, when this was 2016, we had gone for firing of BrahMos in Andaman Nicobar. That's where you fire. You fire at an isolated island in the middle of nowhere. The nearest island from there is all round sea. That island is another 200 kilometers all round. And that island is probably about 20 meters by 20 meters. It sticks out. The only inhabitants of this island are crabs. No one else lives there. And that was the range at which we used to fire. And we used to fire from another island called Car Nicobar. And this range was about 220 kilometers. And that was when we were getting BrahMos into action. I'm now going back even before 2016. There are a lot of problems, environmental issues and international issues and all that before you could fire BrahMos. So we fired. Once the damn thing went into the sea also, and we couldn't locate it. And just think, when a BrahMos goes into the sea, you lost 30 crores. That's it. That's the kind of risks which have been taken by this country and effort taken by this country. Rectified it, went back much later, a lot of firings. I must tell you what the Pakistanis would have experienced. Because you should understand, that what happened during Operation Sindoor, what Pakistan experienced. You would have seen all photographs of their airfields being hit. Noor Khan Air Base, Sargoda, Rahim Yar Khan. Rahim Yar Khan is not even operational even today, incidentally. And Pakistan has won the war. Okay. But the precision with which this BrahMos has hit Pakistan is to be believed. I have seen it. Not in Pakistan, but there back in Andaman Nicobar. I remember one day we tested this. We fired it because we had to put it through a course and all that, and it went and landed exactly on the target. Right? And on this little island, 20 by 20 in the middle of nowhere. Okay. And then after that, we had to do another test, and we did it the next day. So the next day, we made it go through another course. You see, BrahMos is a guided missile. You can make it go like a plane anywhere you want. Up, down, sideways, all that. So to just test various parameters, one day we took it this side, one day we took it the other side. And again, the same target, the same coordinates. The BrahMos landed. Second BrahMos next day, because it's important when you fire one day and you fire the next day, the parameters completely change. Weather, temperature, wind speeds, everything change. Wind direction, right? And different times. The second day, the second BrahMos, which we fired, landed on the spot. Both these, the craters, actually made an 8 like this. They overlapped each other. That's the kind of a precise weapon system BrahMos is, and that's what hit Pakistan. Okay? Actually, I'm very proud that I was associated with this weapon system. And I'm lucky. I'm also proud that I was associated with Dr. Abdul Kalam. There was a time when I was just a young major. It was very inspiring to know him. And of course, the last time I met him was when I was doing the National Defense College. My wife and I went up to him and met him. Of course, when I met him first, he was just the director of DRDL. And we used to sit across the table and talk. That was when the first Prithvi missile was being fired. I'm telling you this story because, one should know where we have started, where we are today, and where we are to go tomorrow. And I can tell you this with full confidence, that India is an unstoppable force. You would have heard a lot about Trump stopping this H-1B visa and China talking all nonsense and all that. But let me tell you that we in India are lucky to be living at this point of time in our history, because the India which existed civilizationally is now getting restituted or restituted. And we are in good space. And all this is not because of people like me or my successors who have guarded the borders or who are guarding the borders. It's not because of that. It is because of the common Indian, the Aam Aadmi. And who's the Aam Aadmi? It is you people. It is everyone's contribution which makes India, I am strongest. And you must be all conscious of this, because whatever you do well, and you contribute to India's growth. And that's the way I have always looked at life. And I think if all of us put our shoulders together, we are an unstoppable force. With this, thanks a lot once again. Thanks a lot to Sharon Ply and Vijay Kemaniji and everyone. And thanks a lot to all of you for making time to be here with us. Thank you. Jai Hind. All these fellows outside. But yet everyone acknowledges that the Indian Army Jawan, Army, Air Force, Navy Jawan is the best. We are being, guarded by the best men in the world. The second force which stands behind all of us are our wives and children. Okay? Because, most of us very, very happy. We push off to a field area, spend years, where we are doing what we've been ordered to do. But our wives and children do things which they are not ordered to do, which no one has forced them to do. And they do it without complaint. Right? And, I think they are a great force. And we need to acknowledge it. I keep acknowledging it. I made a mistake of not acknowledging. Only 2 of them are here today in front. Okay. But everyone is like that. And our children, who see 12 to 13 schools in their career. At times, they change 2 schools in a year. And they put up with all of us. And yet, they occupy the best of places and everything else. So I just thought I'll put this across because most of you probably won't understand this, but you need to understand this. Thank you.